What's up, y'all? What's going on? How y'all doing? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Miss Bella Day, what's going on, y'all? Deandra, what's up, y'all? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, y'all? Let's get into it. Let's get into it. I'm excited about tonight. Struggles of a man tonight. Let's get it. Survey says. Hilarious. Hey, LaWanda, what's up, sis? What's going on? What's going on? Let's get into it. Candace, what's up, sis? What's going on? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Wednesday. We up late tonight. You up late tonight? Yo, Toby, what's up, bro? I thought she was gonna be a no-show tonight. I was like, yo, I ain't hearing from him. What's good, y'all? What's good? Let's get into it. Y'all. Y'all know how we get down. You know how we get down.
What's up, brother?
What's up, man?
I'm great. Good to see you, bro.
What's good? You too, man. I was like, yo, like this man texted me back, so I thought he was like, I thought he was asleep.
No, man. What? I didn't see your message, bro. I was ready. I was just ready. I had a meeting with my team, doing a few things, so I was just been in and out today. But I had it ready to go.
Yeah, let's get it, yo. Somebody said that they were scrolling and they thought you was Kevin Hart, so I was crying.
Yo,
I was crying.
You know how many times, like, I've been walking in the street, and now it's even like I haven't had a cut in a while and stuff, but like, yo, random people, like, I see the look, like, and I'm like, no, it's not.
People like, all right, tell me a joke. Look, everybody, we scratching that. We not talking about that. We going to talk about struggles of a man comedy. Without further ado, Kevin Hart. It's like, no, we stop it.
I love it.
But look, y'all, let's get into it. I'm excited about tonight. We're going to talk about struggles of a man. This is week 5 of our series called Hard Conversations. Y'all been rocking with the kid. Guy has been doing some awesome things. Y'all know how we like to get down. Let's open up in prayer real quick. Lord God, we just give your name the glory, the honor, and the praise, Lord God. We just ask you, we thank you, God, just saying, Lord. Thank you for allowing your son, Toby, God, to come and bless us tonight, Lord God, through his testimony, God, through his words of wisdom, God, through his knowledge, Lord God, through his gems, Lord God. Touch him, God, from the top of his the top of his head to the toes of his feet, Lord God. Continue to bless his church, Lord God. Bless his position at the church, Lord God. Bless his flock, Lord God. Allow him to be the shepherd, God, that you called him to be, Lord God. Just touch us during this pandemic, Lord God. Allow us to keep pushing for you, Lord God. Let us just adjust to the time of what's happening, Lord God, and to still innovate, God, and still reach you at a deeper level and reach your people at a different level, Lord God. In His name, Lord, we're not able to walk into a building, God, but we have the same brain that Adam had, Lord God. Just named like he named all the animals. He named all living things with that brain. We got the same brain, so there's no excuse for us not to innovate. So let's get into it. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Amen.
So look, y'all, we have an awesome guest tonight. Is it okay if I say Pastor, or you want me to say Toby?
Either is good, man. I'm cool. Me too.
Look. You know what? And that's dope because you're not in the titles. But what we're gonna do tonight, we're gonna respect the title that you got. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all gonna put some respect on my man's name. Sorry. All right. So look, this is what we're gonna do. Look, I want to introduce Pastor Tobi Atte. He hit me up. What was that? Like a couple days ago that we talked. We talked on Monday.
Yeah, we talked on Monday.
Yeah, we talked on Monday. He reached out to me on Sunday. And he has. I want you to talk about that too, like what you got going on. You know, he's an awesome man of God. I haven't heard him speak, so I'm a little nervous now, right? It's like, no, I'm just joking. But you know how when you meet people, you be like, you know what, dang, like, you hear their heart about stuff. You know what? Look, I got to open it on Wednesday. Let's get into it. Let's talk about the struggles of man. If you guys don't know, my name is Jeremiah Chase. And I'm the CEO and founder of an organization called Sus Can Wait a While. So we do events every 3 months. Right now we are week 5 of doing a series called Hard Conversation on Instagram. We're not an Instagram ministry, but right now we just do Instagram. So we actually do physical events. But we go from virginity to promiscuity and singleness to marriage. But without further ado, I want to introduce Tobi Atte. And sir, just introduce yourself to the people.
Sure thing, man. Hey, listen, I appreciate the opportunity to be here. This is one of those topics that is very, when I do things to speak, when I do counseling sessions, when I talk to men and women, this is sensitive. This hits a nerve every single time, and this is deep heart surgery type of thing that needs to just really help all of us to work out. So I pastor a church in New York City. It's at Ignite Church NYC on Instagram. Again, that's at Ignite Church NYC on Instagram. And I just really firmly believe, and I think I share that with Jeremiah just in the short time we've gotten to know each other, that there is a real value in innovating, in delivering the message of God in a creative way. And there's value in and I love what he's doing. I know this is my introduction, but I just fell in love with everything that has to do with, Sex and Wonder Wild, because it's about appreciating a core principle of God in a way that is unashamed, in a way that is unabashed, in a way that is real, but in a way that is not like a bouncer at a club. It's a way that's like, hey, listen, like here's an entrance to something that is amazing. There's a great benefit, but here's the reality. It takes a lot. It takes work. It takes a different mindset. And so that's what the church, I'm also the person behind IJustMetMe.com. And that's where my blog is at, IJustMetMe.com. I have, a whole bunch of like free stuff on relationships and life and all kinds of stuff on there. So check that out as well. And that's me, man.
When you get a chance, plug that in. Matter of fact, I could put it in IJustMetMe.com.
Yeah.
So
IJustMetMe.com.
Yeah. So y'all know how we get into it. So when I told you what the title was, what exactly was on your mind?
Oh no. I was like, oh no. Like he's not. Like, is he sure? Like, 'cause again, that's like an area for men. We don't like talking about that stuff. The fact that you put struggle and man in the same sentence, already the average dude is like, I don't know if I'm willing to come out and talk about me and struggle in the same sentence. That just violates, for many people, that just violates my sense of like, manness. What if I can't figure things out? What am I doing? Right. So it's just not a space out there to talk about that. So right from jump, right from that title right there, there's it's causing something. But I also believe, and I talk to a lot of men, I believe that it's opportunities like that, seeing stuff like that just creates the opportunity for objective and real conversation where other men hate other men. But the other thing too is and ladies, let me just say this, ladies who are watching. Tonight, as I talk, I want to talk to you like my sister, because that's what you are in the kingdom.
That's good.
There's nothing, and I know Jeremiah's heart about this as well. There's nothing that's going to be said here from a place of like, putting you in a position where you're like, I don't know, that was no, like you have my 100,000%. I'm here to protect you, to help you, to treat you like my sister. I love you dearly, but the reality is there aren't a lot of spaces where we have objective, real, deep, raw conversations with women about the struggles of men. So I just want to prepare our minds tonight too, as we take questions, as we have these conversations, that that's what's about to go down.
Yeah. I think because we always talk. We definitely gotta talk about it. Because and I feel like I'm always like repeating myself, but it's always I asked my homie. I said, look, I said, can a man love pornography more than he loves his wife? And then I asked him. I said, what's more embarrassing for a man, to talk about pornography or to talk about how he dealt with masturbation? So he was like, of course it's gonna be masturbation. Masturbation was my thing. You know what I mean? Like, that was my go-to. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's just like to the point where I hit a different level of masturbation. You know what I'm saying? I would like, I need y'all to watch this, right? I'm like, TDJs, watch this. It's like, no. But look, you know, where I didn't need any hands. You know what I'm saying? Like, because, you know, to get an orgasm is all mental. And I love how Jeffrey Tyler came and he said, sex starts before the bedroom, right? So he was doing some things where he was pleasing his wife's love language. He called her, he told her how everything was clean. He set up a date night. You know what I'm saying? Those things that pleased her, but it was all mental, right? Yeah. So we gotta understand how powerful our brains are. If our brains are so powerful to get us to the point where we're gonna kill ourselves, then our brains are that same power in that brain to overcome. Yeah. You know, rededicate our lives to Christ. Say, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? For sure. So like we got that same brain. We just gotta transform. I should say we gotta reverse that energy. And one of the main things to reversing that energy is having the power and the love of Christ. But okay, what are some things where I feel like, yo, God, look, I can't stop. Like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to, like, not ever, like, not masturbate. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, that thing is a stronghold, and it has a stronghold on that mind. Like, I try not to do things, okay, well, this is only what men struggle with. Because now, what I'm saying now, it's a human thing, bro. It's a human thing. Yeah. Like, these things, these strongholds got everybody in the headlock. And sometimes, especially dealing with men, it's a lot of things that I feel like one of the generational curses for us is responsibility. And that was one of the things where Adam lacked, right? I had this joke. I said, yo, so I had a dream. I seen Adam in heaven. I said, yo, put him up, yo. What's up? You know what I mean? Like, throw them hands as soon as I see you. But look, you got to understand this. We don't know how many days it took Adam to actually, or it took Adam and Eve. Well, because think about it. I believe that they was always curious of what the tree tasted like. You know, curiosity was their thing. But we don't know how many days that they sat with it. They had time, I'm eating of the tree. Yeah, the tree looked good. The forbidden fruit on that tree looks good, right? Right. But it's like, you know what, I ain't gonna mess with it. You know, so the serpent had Eve. He worked his way into Eve. So Adam was curious too. But I do believe that he lacked responsibility because he should have stepped in and protected his wife. And then that happened because both of them were curious. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta understand this is too. Right. It's like, look, like some of us, God tell us not to do something, and we do. Trust me, a lot of us would have messed up way before Adam messed up. Oh, yeah. I promise you that. Oh yeah, 100%. I promise you. 100%. The thing we also have to recognize is when you have two people who are working on something, it is very important to note that the way a man thinks about a woman that he has let into his life is there is a place of utter complete trust. In psychology, it's called the halo effect. That idea that this person who is beautiful, who is lovely, who is wonderful, doesn't have X, Y, Z in her to do. She would never do that to me. So yeah. What you find, some of our parents, maybe our backgrounds, if you're looking at your family or something, you may find a situation where it's like, dad don't even know where the spoon is. You don't even know where things are in the house. Like he don't even like part of that is that diligence part. But the other part of that, which we don't talk about a lot, is that part that's not built into a man where he literally hands over
his life, hands over the day-to-day to a woman, the woman that he has chosen to let in. That's one. And so I have to say that in order to pull somebody down, the other person who is pulling has to be equally strong enough. So if I'm standing on a table and you are standing on the ground, if you are not at least as strong or close to strong as I am, you can't pull me off that table. I got a 4-year-old. If I'm standing on that table, I know it's easier to pull somebody down than it is to pull somebody up. That's another thing for another day. But if you are not strong enough, you can't pull me down, which tells me that there's a certain level of responsibility that Eve had as well to behave in a certain way to protect that. And so even though Adam had that responsibility to do those right things without both of them working together in 100%, both cylinders firing at 100%, you want to go through that woman, and that's how that happened. So I want to encourage again. We're always going to be having this balanced conversation. It's yes, we want the man to lead the way in these areas of responsibility, but the reason why a lot of men struggle with that, the reason why a lot of men don't do that, the reason why a lot of men are frustrated is that the cycle is not completed. The cycle is not completed. So when we talk about love language, when we talk about what a man is supposed to do, it begins the cycle. It's not a responsibility to complete the entire cycle. It's his responsibility to initiate the cycle. Right?
That's good.
Right. So that's like Christ did. The Bible says that Christ loved us first. He died for us while we were yet sinners. But guess what? That's the initiating part of this. What our responsibility is to respond to that action to complete the cycle. What was happening in a lot of relationships, between a lot of people, is that the cycle is begun by either the wrong person, so either the lady is taking responsibility that she should not, that's supposed to be on the to take initiative and lead. So either she's leading, right? Or he is leading and she's not completing the cycle.
That's good, bro.
Yeah.
That's good. That I really like that. I really like that. That's dope.
That's awesome.
That's dope. Like I never thought about it like that. Like it's crazy. Like we gotta complete the cycle. Because even like I like how King James version says it. I don't really like to use helpmate, but King James version says help meet. You know what I'm saying? Like meeting each other where they are. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, well, no, help meet is different from a helpmate. You know what I'm saying? A helpmate is like, oh, you just here to help.
Right.
You know what I mean? Help meet. I think that means different. That's like, no.
Yeah, and unfortunately, when we have men who don't understand what that means, what will happen is that they will look for women who cannot actually help them, but women who are accessories. So we have men looking for furniture when they should be looking for partners. And then we have women who, when they don't understand that, they feel like they want to take on a project when in actuality they should be comfortable making a contribution. I was at a conference some time ago, and I asked the women in the room. I said, I said, what do you want? What do you want in a man? Oh man, the list was, man, I want this, I want that, I want this, I was like, great, fantastic.
Right.
I turned to the men. I was like, what do you guys want? It's like 3 things. Like, she cute, she'll have no attitude, good. I'm like, okay, great. Let's go back to the women. So I asked the women, I said, look, all these things you talk about, question, are you those things?
Yep.
Because what begins to happen is that when we don't have a right understanding of help meet, then women go into relationships thinking that my man is supposed to be more fill in the blank than me, more spiritual, more wealthy, more driven in their career, more successful, more. So women psychologically and emotionally and spiritually put themselves in an unhealthy. The submission that God talks about is not the one where you make yourself lower. only two personas in the Bible that they call helper: the Spirit of God and a woman. Like, you are powerful. So first things first, ladies, do not go into a relationship thinking well, he's got to make more money, he's got to be more spiritual, he's got to know more of the word, all those things. You know why? You know why? And this is the part where, ladies, this is gonna get uncomfortable super quick. But let me just remind you, I am your brother. I love you.
Right.
I will tell you the truth. I will tell you the truth because I care so much. Here's the thing. Even when a man takes all this responsibility that you're talking about, even when he leads, does all these wonderful things, do you not realize that it takes the Spirit of God in you to respond the way you ought to? Like, to think that a man, once he is good, once he is great, that somehow once a man is the kind of man that God wants you to have, that somehow you will be able to respond in love. That is nothing. Yeah. That's nothing. Because Jesus died for you. He died for you. He lay on that cross, dying for you, and you still don't listen to him. Yeah. So now, crazy. Putting all that spiritual responsibility on the dude to perfect his life and talk about like, well, if he treats me right, if he does all these things right, then I'll of course I'll be a good woman, or I'll do all these things. The reality is there is no man out there who can be good enough to the point where he makes you do anything. The sin in you will keep all that stuff at bay. So that's one thing. So let's just get that out of the way. There's no man who can do that for you. Now, for the man, again, balanced conversation. Got to complete that cycle. Yes, sir. That means that you have to sometimes delay your reward, because if you tell yourself, I'm going to be Superman. This is what we always do, fellas. I'm going to be Superman. I'm going to be the best man possible. I'm going to be the greatest man this woman has ever seen in her life. I'm going to do this right. I'm going to not have sex. I'm going to treat her right. I'm going to open her door. I'm going to do all these things. And then you're like, yeah, when I do all those things, she's going to be wonderful. And then no. And then now you're broken. I can't tell you how many men I've seen who went down that path, who did wonderful things and got burnt and switched. Those guys are players now. They don't respect women because they're thinking, well, I did that and look where it got me. Because they forgot that it wasn't the actions. She has to deal with that sin nature just as much as anybody else. Yeah, bro. Like I think they're good. So remember, I think I was reading to you because like the girlfriend, boyfriend and girlfriend isn't biblical, right? So, and I believe in that God called us to be purpose mates and not practice mates, right? So, in the girlfriend-boyfriend situation, here's what happens. Like how you just said, like when that man becomes broken, you became broken because you hop and first you relationship hop, and now you're giving out your seed. In some cases, like in a lot of cases, like you be having sex and you're giving out your love languages. So you're giving out the way you receive and give love to basically, people. You're prostituting all these types of you to different types of women, and then by the time you probably will meet your God's design purpose for you. What kind of condition are you in now? Now you all beat up. And you just struck. And the reality is, do you know that men handle pain differently than women? That's why, fellas, let me talk to my brothers for a sec. Let me talk to you, fellas. Look, it's very important that you understand, brothers, that your emotions, your feelings, your heart is super important. We know that in culture, in society, we value things like your possessions. We value things like your body. And that's how we see how strong you are. That's how we see it. Like those outward things. I need to tell you, you got to take care of your heart, because men mourn differently. Men handle pain differently. And so you got to make sure. Somebody just asked, how do men handle pain? Let me talk about that quickly, just very quickly. A man handles pain by moving away from his tribe. A woman handles pain by running to her tribe. Let me give an example. So, ladies, something happened with the man or with something, and what do? Call up your girlfriend, like, girl, you will not believe what happened today, right? I'm coming over right now, get that ice cream out, whatever it is, right? There's an inbuilt need for community that you handle very well. It's a gift. Now, it's there. So when a woman is in pain, she has the ability to run to the tribe. That's why a woman's pain can be very high in a moment and then dissipate very quickly, because there are coping mechanisms that she can call on to handle that pain. A man handles pain by moving away from the tribe. There's no man talking about, like, I'm having problems, with my woman or with my job. Let me call all my man friends together and just, like, lament about everything that's going on. No, if he gets together, he's doing that to forget everything that's going on with right. So it's very important. Like, so the reason why I'm bringing this up is that as a man, if you are giving away your love language, like Jeremiah talked about, and you are spending that love language cash on a whole bunch of women, you will be empty and you will be in mourning longer than you need to be. So when you do find that woman, you are now still in mourning. And the thing is, a man in mourning is already he's not fit to hear from God. Look, this thing happened to David in scripture. David goes out of town, comes back, finds out that the enemy has come to ravage the city. Has taken the women and children. The Bible says that he was in such pain. The Bible says, and David encouraged himself. There was no man hugs. There was no what. In fact, because of his failure, the Bible says that the men were thinking of killing him. That's how the same man who just went to war with him. And so as a man, when you handle pain, the way you handle pain, absolutely important. And it is important that you mourn well and that you don't put yourself in a position where you are spending your love language cash on a whole bunch of women who do not appreciate you. Yes, we are going there today. Okay? As a man, right to be appreciated, to be respected, to be cared for. And so in an attempt, and again, as men, we grow up and we don't have a lot of that social feedback to tell us that we're valuable. The way that women have. Women, as a woman, you wake up in the morning, girl, can I share something with you, girl? Can somebody put in the group chat, say yes. If I can share something with you, ladies, just put something in the group chat. I'm going to share something with you right now. Just say yes in the chat right there. Now, here we go. All right. Yes. Now, the way you got to think about this is if as a woman, think about it. You wake up in the morning and you're on your way to work. You're on your way to school. You're on your way to wherever, right? You put on your makeup. You put on your whatever. You get did up. By the time you come back home, when you think about it, how many people have given you social feedback and validation? They may not have spoken to you. That wink, that look, that little side glance, all those things emotionally feed your cup. Gets your cup filled with drops of affirmation, drops of feedback that you are valuable, you're wanted. So even though you're not in a relationship or those things are not coming from the man that you're in a relationship with, it still feeds your sense of value. It still feeds your heart. Men, let me tell you what men get, okay? Even when we, quote unquote, look good and get out there and look, have everything nice and tight. Ladies, you're not gonna be on there on the train talking about, like, man, you are fine. Yeah. What happens is we men are in a constant position of trying to get that validation, and we've been doing that since we were like 7 or 8. And so you get this grown dude, 25, 26, 30-year-old, 35-year-old, who is still trying, and by so doing, that's why he's spending his love language cash on anyone who would take that cash. And because those women don't see him as the valuable man that he is, they burn that cash, and he's back to mourning, and he's back to broken, and now he's with you. And we're in counseling.
Right. Definitely. And you know what? It's like, it's like, I like how you use the cash analogy, because it's like, well, okay, cool. Like, well, we going to, we going to the casino and I'm going to cash out. A lot of men have cashed out. So it's just like, and those are some struggles for us. Some struggles for us is cashing out on women, cashing out on things that's not of God, cashing out on gambling is a problem for people. You know what I mean? Look, if you gambling, you're supposed to be believing in God for that money. So that's another conversation. But it's like we gotta pick and choose what we're gonna cash out on. But I know somebody you can cash out on. You cash out on Christ,
100%.
Guarantee you'll be good.
100%.
Cash out on everything else. We trust in everything else. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I want to ask you, what's one of the struggles that you had to deal with as a man?
I had to, so many. And I'm going to actually talk about maybe a couple, and these are all struggles that men have. And so the usual suspects of masturbation, usual suspects of sneaking around, usual suspects of all those things. A lot of us dudes dealt with that. Thank God for Jesus. And what I would like a lot of women to understand is that it may look like there's a lot of security out there for men. Mm-hmm. It is an insecure world as a growing man. It is life, an environment of insecurity. I mean, ladies, think about the anxiety you feel when somebody asks you out, or when you like somebody and you're trying to figure out if you should say what. Think about the anxiety you feel just at the mere thought of rejection. That's every day those dudes trying to be out there today to talk to women. Dudes dealing with rejection left, right, and say it is not a very secure world on the inside, and that's why you see a lot of things happening on the outside that should not be happening. But some of the things that we don't talk about in terms of struggles of men, I teach this at my conferences and stuff, is number one is the permission for expression. For expression. Good. What I mean by that is when you look at a man, you look at a woman, we have different permissions, socially, culturally, to express how we feel. If a man and a woman are in a relationship and you're living next door and you're hearing them yelling and she, the lady, is yelling top of her lungs, you'd be like, man, he must have messed up. Right? Right. In other words, there is a permission to express the entire gamut of emotion, that you can go from super excited. Think about when you're excited, ladies, like, oh my God, you scream. It's like there's a permission you've been given to express all the way from really good to all the way from really bad. You can be out in public, and then just maybe you a rise of emotion that you feel angry or something. Yeah. There's a certain permission for expression. Now, I hope I don't need to tell you that that's not how we men have it, right? So, and so on the scale of minus 10 to 10, right? So minus 10, 0, 10, 10. On that scale, a woman can go swing the entire pendulum of emotions, right? From minus 3 to 10, and a man is kind of from minus 3 to 3. Because if I get too excited about something good, I look like a puppy. If I get too upset about something that really hurt me, if I'm in pain, it's interpreted as anger. Yeah. So even basic things like legit pain, like not like anger, but like hurt. once a man starts to express that, there is a connotation of misinterpretation, like, oh, he's angry. Well, I'm in pain. Like, you hurt my feelings. Like, I'm right now. And so that's one of the major struggle for men is the permission for expression. I'll talk about one more, and then we can keep chatting. The second is the singular measurement of success, right? Am I allowed to keep things real? I need encouragement tonight. Can I get just in the
Right? You're supposed to keep it raw.
Yeah, let's keep it raw. Okay, let's go there. Now, there's a singular measurement of success. When you look at a woman, right? There are many things. There are many things that we can point to, and I have to say this, that it is unfortunate. It is unfortunate that culturally in society, we don't appreciate women enough for the incredible things. I just had a baby, and my wife.
Congrats, bro.
Thank you. My wife. I mean, I love my wife, but yeah, it's not easy. I mean, it's like, yeah, right. And so I'm saying this, right? Singular measurement of success. You can look at a woman looking at these things, and you can say, well, yeah, she's not really doing well in her career, but like, I'm sure it's we'll cover that. Like, men at work, or she's not great with finance, spending more money than she's making, and then we talk about like, well, you know what? It's hard to be a woman and have this like, do my hair, got to do this. Like there's a covering. There's a covering that you have. The challenge of a man is that there is no covering. Either you are operating at all cylinders firing, or immediately we say that there's something wrong with you. It is a major challenge of it. That's why a man is trying to get married, and it's like, yeah, what do you do? Where's your money at? Where's that at? And she's trying to get married, and it's like, yeah, we like those kind of questions, like it almost sounds. Think about on a date. Think about on a date, just real quick, right? You're sitting there on a date, and yeah, ladies, of course, we want to ask him some tough questions, like for sure. Like, I've heard everything. Like, well, what's your credit score? Like, what do you have to like we go in, right? Yeah. Like, I gotta protect myself. I don't know what your story is, whatever, right? But imagine a man sitting across from you on a date, ladies. Just imagine with me for a second, and he's like, yeah. So, what's your credit score? And what do you do? How much exactly? Like, how much? Like. Aren't these important questions for him? Like
it's an interrogation.
Right. Exactly. Right. So you're asking this question, and you're like, oh yeah, she's legit. She's got she has high standards. He's asking this question. It's like, please, like what? He asked me that kind of question. So it's like it's exactly critical. None of your business.
That's my fiance.
Right. So it's very important to understand these are internal mechanisms, challenges of a man, and unfortunately, we men don't know how to handle that stuff, and so we go out of our way to either look like we're not right. We try to. Yeah. Unfortunately, that's why men lie. That's why men lie to get into relationships. Why? Yeah. Because they don't have a lot of confidence in where they're at, and as a culture and as a society, we haven't given them the confidence to say, yeah, it's okay, bro, you're still coming up, it's cool. So those are there's one more, but we can talk about that in a little bit.
Yeah, man, look, man, this is good, man. You definitely brought some different perspective, man. Yeah, man, have something to drink. You know what I'm saying? You have something to drink, man. You say kill it. You know what I mean? But yo, man, this is dope. Like, I'm really like, yo, like, you need to do a whole series on like this cycle thing. That's dope because I feel like there's a lot of we feel to realize is that the man is supposed to have like this ideal. It's okay if a man doesn't know. It's some things that I don't know, right? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, was I nervous before I proposed to Brandy? Yeah, I was a little nervous. You know what I'm saying? Am I sure what's going to happen? Bro, like, all right, to keep it a bean. Like, bro, like, we're getting married October 17th. You know what I'm saying? So people asking me, well, Jeremiah, are you going to push back the date? I'm like, look, first of all, here's everybody got that question, right? Said, look, we both virgins, you know what I'm saying? So we're not doing those segments talking about how the wait extended because of a pandemic, okay? We you feel me, bro? Like, real. Like, yo, come on now. Like, but it's like, do I know what's going to happen next month? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know what I mean? So it's just like, will things change? I know we're going to be married on that date. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, as far as expected what we thought the guy was going to do. You know what I'm saying? Look, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Look, like, I lost my job because of COVID. You know what I'm saying? Bro, like, you know what I mean? And all this, like, it's certain things, it's okay for you not to know what the next thing's going to do. But look, we all got a mind and we all got a chance to innovate. You know what I'm saying? Jeremiah, we all got a mind, we got a chance to innovate.
What you just said, bro, nerve hitting. What you just said is so powerful. Look, let me explain something real quick. I meet a lot of women when I do conferences and stuff like that. My Q&As, I try to be I try to go in, right? And so one of the things that I asked in one of those segments was, tell me about a man who has vision. And of course, like, the ladies were like, yeah, I need a man who has vision. I need a man who knows where we're going, has a plan and stuff like that. Ladies, let me hurt you real quick in a good way, right? I'm your brother. I love you. Okay, I'm telling you. I want to tell you the truth. If you get a man who is actually those two things, which is a godly man who follows God, and a man who is vision driven, ladies, do you know what you've got? Number one, you've got a situation where you will not be number one. Can I just remind you real quick?
That's good.
Marriage is the place where women go to, like, yeah, now I'm going to be number one in his life. Let me just remind you that if you find yourself a godly man, you are not number one. That's the first thing. Number two, what you got to understand is that if you have a godly man, there will be many times when he will not know. Do you remember what God told Abraham? Abraham, pack your stuff, put it in the trunk of the car, and leave. Where are we going? I don't know. Now, just imagine that conversation with Sarah. Babe, we're moving from Atlanta, and we going to Cali. Oh yeah. Well, I like my stuff here. That would have been an easier conversation, right? So even that conversation would have been difficult. But what Abraham had to do was, hey, honey, we are we're moving, and you like your red dresses? Pack those ones. Oh yeah, great. Where are we going? See, I knew you would that question. I don't know. See, if you are with a godly man, you got to check yourself, sis. Do I really want a godly man? Don't go out there talking about posting on Instagram. Talk about, like, where are these godly men? If you found one, just be ready. There will be times when you will not be number one, and there will be times he doesn't know, and he could be a big man of vision. But the thing is, that vision is submitted to Christ. That means that there will be times where he does not know. Yo, I want a man who is going somewhere. Are you, sister, sit down. Come sit down right here. Come sit right here. Let me talk to you. Can you imagine David? Talking about if David met somebody talking about like, hey sis, what's going on? I just anointed to be to be king, and come, I'm saying I'm gonna make it.
Right.
But you're running for a decade. You have no money, and you're running with thugs, and when you make it, holler at your girl. Right now, just go pray about it. That would have been the response, okay? Or Joseph. Oh, Joseph. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, so I have these dreams, and everybody out here is going to be bowing down to me, sis. You want to be on the right team, right? So, what's up? Oh, really? Oh, you've been in jail too? You've been a slave? And you've been in jail? Like, you guys when the Lord does it, okay, call my pastor. Okay, yeah. It's so important. Like the things you ask God for in a relationship have more to do with
this is so good,
than the man. And it's because of that thing I keep talking about, which is as a woman, you are putting that responsibility of spiritual operation on him and not checking your heart. You got to be able to handle what you are asking for, and what you are asking. Yeah. Godly man, it is not a joke to have that. You better pray that God makes you the woman who can handle a godly man.
You won't be number one. You won't be bro. Look. I'm about to make a post and be like, look, Pastor Tobi Atte say that. You know what I'm saying? Godly man, a man with vision, you will not be number one.
Yeah, and I tell you, that's gonna hit a lot of people. Like, what? Like, what? But okay, we're talking about godly women now. We're talking about godly women. Okay.
Can I add this real quick? No woman should get in the way of a man and his relationship with his father. The Holy Spirit. You can't. If she get in the way, she not the one. If you get in his way, what are you talking about? What are you doing? I'm praying now. Shut up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be able to handle. Look, dang, like, I wish Brandy could, like, because this is perfect, because I feel like this is like so me. Because like I feel like Brandy, I just wish, I know every girl, I know every woman isn't the same, but Brandy won't even call me. Brandy don't really call me like that because she always think that I'm doing something. Like, doing something, I don't know what she be thinking about. Well, I'm doing something for the kingdom, but she know I'm always creating, and God is always dealing with me. She never wants to be in the way of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, she did right. She said, bro, I'm staying out the way, but I ain't finna shut up, though. He tripping. Bye, girl.
I love it. I love it. Good. Hey, one of these days I gotta meet you, girl.
Right.
Yeah. That's good.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, that. Those are one of the things where, like, I really respected her for that. Like, yo, because, you know what I mean? Like,
it's so important.
Yeah.
It's so important.
She respects the relationship that I had with the Father because I was already an innovator and a creator when she met me. This ain't nothing new. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, just in our friendship, she already knew that God deals with me. Like, sometimes I may have to take a fast, stuff like that. And I'm just, you know what I mean? Like, on some real, like, yo, if
Absolutely.
anything, you know what I mean? Like, that woman is not going to be in the way. She's not going to step on your toes between you and God.
Exactly. And the thing is,
she ain't the one.
Right, and if you once you have that kind of woman, we're talking about completing the cycle, right? What happens is you begin the cycle of dependence on God and relationship with God. What happens is, for example, when I go minister and when I go preach or be at a conference, I'm very cognizant of my state with my wife because no matter how much I preach or I'm that man in front of other people, if that glory is not showing up in my relationship with my wife, I'm a fake. And so what happens in using you guys as a couple is that you're going to God, you're being dealt with God, she's giving you that space. So for you to complete that cycle, what you're doing now is ensuring that now the behaviors, the things that God is revealing to you, the result of those God dealing with you moments is that it translates sucking right back into the cyclone of the relationship where she's like, wow, that is the result of letting God deal with him. Oh, okay, no. You need to go fast and pray. Here's a sandwich. See you later. Because I can tell that when you do that, right? When you do that, things happen. And so for her to complete that cycle is when there are moments where Jeremiah is in trouble, when he's not spiritually there, or when he's overwhelmed with life, when he's overwhelmed with burdens. What she now does is that she creates a safe environment for God to deal with him. Because sometimes, check this out, God doesn't always deal in surgeries. Sometimes it's therapy, which may mean that it is not an overnight thing that God is just going to, talk to your boy. That's good. He's not acting right. And sometimes God is just like, I gave you him so that you are the right environment for me to do therapy, not surgery. That means that you now got to be a woman, Brandy, that can create an environment, that part for the plant to grow. And when you do that, it completes the cycle. Every relationship, the revelation there is that it's all about the cycle. Anytime we get a trigger, an action, something good, your immediate response should be, now I gotta complete that cycle. Because once you complete that cycle, that's what creates the momentum, the impetus, the track record to continue the behavior. I'll put it this way. In relationship, you are each other's reward. God is in heaven. And you. If you and I are married, for example, and I'm doing all these right behaviors in the relationship, I'm following God's way in the relationship, you are supposed to be my reward. And let me bet you gotta believe 1,000%. If I'm following God's instructions to treat you the way that he's asked me to treat you, but you are not completing the cycle for me, you got God to deal with. And he's going for you. Make no mistake, this is not even a gender issue. I don't care who you are. If a man is leading, doing the best he can, depending on God to treat you how God wants him to treat his woman, but then you're all the way over there having that attitude, doing this, doing that, what you're saying to the man, what you're communicating spiritually is, God, you ask this man to behave to me in a certain way so that he can enjoy certain benefits, but he's not enjoying that benefit. I don't think you are worth obeying. That is what you're saying. And he will come.
Yeah, that's good. That's good, man. That's good, bro. That is so good, man. Like, for real. I wrote down how you said, God doesn't always deal with surgeries, but he does in therapy, and that it takes time.
Yeah.
And even though God dealing in the spiritual, think about that in the natural too. You know, some of us, we don't like the idea of therapy.
Yeah.
And that
can you cut it out? Can you just cut it out tonight? Can you just cut it out tonight? Yeah. Can you just cut it out tonight? Can we just have a surgery tonight? Doesn't always work like that.
That's good. That is good, man. That is good, bro. Like, yo, dang, bro. That was awesome. That was awesome, man.
Thank you.
And look. Toby doing his thing. I don't have nothing to add. Like, look, I'm learning a lot tonight. This is dope. Definitely gonna have this dude back. We got any questions, y'all?
Any questions? Yeah. If you guys have questions, throw it in there.
Yeah, questions. You know what I'm saying? Look, like this is have some more to drink. You know, this is look. Oh man. I know y'all got questions. Y'all got questions for him. Stop playing.
So it is, right?
You know what I'm saying?
Safe space.
You know, this
Safe
is
space.
Yeah, man. Like, look, I know y'all got questions tonight. Yeah, y'all got questions every night. I know, like, the questions, they come up like a little late though. She told me we need a DVD from tonight.
I love her. She's awesome.
Oh man. Great words, man. Yo, thanks, Reese. Yeah, this is awesome, man. This is awesome.
Good stuff.
Definitely needed this word.
Here's a good one. What does a man silence in communication mean? Oh my goodness. Let me take care of that real quick.
Yes, sir. You answer all the questions. I'm good.
Okay. Yeah. Man, and Jeremiah, if you can note, just in case they go fast, if you can kind of note the questions that they come, that might.
Yeah, I got you.
What is a man silent? When a man is silent in a relationship, he is two things. He's either trying to protect you, which is an unhealthy type of protection, or he does not feel safe. So he's either trying to protect himself, trying to protect you. Neither one of good. So on the path of trying to protect you, there are times when it's like, you know what? I don't even want to bring it up because I know how upset you're gonna get. Okay. Yeah. And also, it's if I'm creating an environment where you're upset, I already feel like I'm failing. Do you see how warped? When I talk about the internal pressures of a man, like, we don't talk about these things. Like, you offend me. You make me feel a certain way. You do something, and I'm hurt, and now I'm quiet about it. And you're talking about, like, what's wrong? Like, nothing, because I'm like, well, if I tell you, you're gonna feel bad about yourself because maybe that's what you do, right? And I don't want to be the one to create that emotion for you. So unhealthy, protection. But then it's also me. I don't want you to. I don't feel like I'm safe enough to communicate exactly how I'm feeling. I feel like if I tell you exactly how I'm feeling, you're going to think I'm angry. You're going to think I'm disrespectful. If I don't like that dress that you're wearing, you're going to think I'm trying to control you. If I have a suggestion about this and that, you're going to think I'm like I just don't want to be that person. So you know what? I'll do it in my head. So that was that. Yeah. The next one was, do we really want submissive women? Do we want a woman that's submissive? I think that we want women who understand the pressure that God has for us as men, and who is able to create the environment for us to actually work out that pressure, right? When God talks to men in Scripture, you got to understand that God is very, very direct in that language. Like, he does not play. Like, hey, David, you went to Bathsheba, I'm going to kill you and everybody. I'm going to kill all your sons. I'm going to kill generations. That's it. We're done. Like it's very, very direct, very black and white. And so there's a lot of pressure. That's why, in fact, many times you go to church, there's more women in church. And so what am I trying to say? Like, we do want a woman who is submissive in the right way. Here's what I mean. Submission does not mean passive. Yeah. Submission does not mean passive. It just means that the person is able to submit to a man who is submitted to God. That's all that is. It's not because you're less. It's not because you're passive, like, oh, well, I guess he's making all the decisions. I guess he's going to figure that stuff out. Don't do that. You got to be active. You got to be engaged. It doesn't mean that you're passive. It just means that you are respecting the God that he's trying to serve. How much emotional... how much emotional responsibility for a man should a woman take on in a courting relationship? For instance, family members get sick, jobs lost. How much is too much or too little support? Great question. Just have empathy. I think that once you start to get too technical about this... Hold up. All right, Tobi. Yeah. I gotta close it out, and I'm gonna open it back up because they only give us an hour. Sounds good. So let's do it. I'm opening it back up. All right, let's do it.
What's up, y'all? Tony, what's up, sis? All right, bro.
All right. So, yeah, how much support? The question that was asked, if people are joining, getting back in here. Somebody asked, how much support is too much? Like, how should I be doing this? Like, people are sick, financial, like, how much support is too much, and so on and so forth. All right. And my first response there was just be empathetic.
And
you wouldn't want your man getting all technical about the kind of support that he should give you. Like, if you were dating or in a serious relationship, you wouldn't even want your man saying, like, well, I kind of, your mom's sick. I've kind of been there 3 times already. That might be communicating too much. Like in actuality, when a man actually shows up for you, that might actually help you. Wow. Like, okay, wow. In the moments of struggle, he was there. That dude, that's a real dude right there. This is part of the challenge we're talking about. The very fact that we would even like think that wouldn't matter is a legit thing. It's not your fault. It's just culturally that's what men go through. So my thing, don't get me wrong. You gotta recognize is men don't always make decisions about who to be with from the beginning. They take a risk. That's what a lot of women don't understand. They don't understand that. Like, men take a risk, and it's part of the process of dating is that you then validate that risk, that was a good decision to take that risk on you. So don't overdo it, right? Don't be all, but be empathetic. If there are situations and you really truly care, use those opportunities to build a relationship. Now, don't let a man, it's not his place to now depend on you to the point where like you feel like you're being used and not appreciated. But the reality is this is life. Like if he's in trouble and you're the woman in his life and you're all the relationship is a godly relationship, then just be empathetic, right? There was another question. What are the wife benefits? What are white benefits you shouldn't give to a man friend? I'm not talking about the cookie, knowing he likes you, but don't want to say.
I want to touch on this real quick. I want to touch the last one because a lot of times people say courting and like they don't know what courtship is. Like the idea of courtship is good, but they end up dating. And you have to understand this is there too. Even me being engaged, I'm still single till I'm married. So I'm not obligated to Brandy because she's still not my wife. There's no covenant. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean I'm out here like, we both out here flirting with different people and, like we believe in like polygamy and stuff like that. Like, no, we're committed to each other, to what God has in store for us. It's just the fact that we're, I can still say I don't until I say I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're still single. You know what I mean? And a lot of times in the engagement, people, they think engagement means marriage, and it's not. Because even God brings you to a season of engagement and shows you things in engagement. It's always a season for a learning process, right? But people got to be mindful of when you are. So since they said courting, I'm assuming that they know that courtship is the intention to marry. This ain't no I don't know. You know what I mean? Now look, even though like you almost is his wife, you know what I mean? You still aren't. So I love how you said just so empathy because there's only so much that you can do. You still got to stay in your lane at some points. As a fiance, you don't always want to do it. But remember how you got started. What word? It's the F word, friendship. And then that's the first step in a friendship. So going to this question, what are the benefits? You never want to overstep your boundary as a friend, even though maybe you guys may be going towards marriage. If you are, first you got to figure out what you're doing. Because a lot of times we try to bring the wife benefits and you're not a wife. You've never been a wife, but you've been a wife to the past 5 boyfriends. You've been a husband to the past 5 girlfriends, and you've never got the title. You've been a pump fake wife and husband. That's it. Pump faking. Pump fake through every situation.
Right.
Pump fake wife. Pump fake spouse. You know, I hope that answers. But you go ahead and tackle it.
Yeah, it's such a great question. Such a great question. Wife benefits. Wife benefits. Obviously, again, you're not talking about the cookies. That's great. But the thing is the key word there is man friend. You answered that question, good. Right? You should just be a friend to a man. So I'm going to flip that. Instead of man friend, I'm going to talk about friendship and then to a man. So do the things that friends do. And if those things are not even happening, then he shouldn't be your man friend. That's one. The second thing is that the way that you are in friendship with a man is different from friendship with a woman. We handle friendship differently, right? We don't go to the bathroom together, okay? There are different. We have a different relationship with our bodies. Like ladies, think about like how you relate. You and your girlfriend, like you're over there, like talking about like, oh yeah, this, there's again talking about like, remember what I said, freedom of expression, right? There's that freedom there. So to hold back on some of those intimate things that speak towards that, but be a friend, and learn what it to be a friend to a man, because it's different from being a friend to a woman. Words matter, right? Acts, solutions matter. The language we use matter. Things like that. Once you work that out, everything else should work itself to a good degree. So yeah, you're right. Don't give away that cookie, and understand that when you talk about you giving it away, also understand that there are many times that I found a situation where a woman starts that way, like, yeah, I'm this and that, and I'm not giving that away. But then when she falls in love emotionally, what she realizes that all that, like, I'm not this, I'm not doing that, all of that stuff begins to shake, because now there's an emotional component. It is very easy to talk about your standards as a woman when you're not in love. But go ask your friends who've been in a situation where you're like, wow, I can't believe I found myself in this situation. I never would have thought I was that kind of woman. But it's because now you've taken the emotional aspect into it. And now all of a sudden, I got dudes out here who are the ones who are like, girl, we can't do that. Right? Yeah. And you never hear those stories outside. Right? You hear about like, well, he let me know. But you never hear the stories about like, wow, like, I was going to have sex and then he said no. Like, how many times have you heard that one? So many dudes I know who are going through that, right? So hopefully that helps you out, answers that question a little bit. I don't know if there was any other one.
It was another one. I think Destiny said, she said, you described the validation from attention from men earlier, but is that a positive thing? It seems unhealthy if it's not respectful attention.
Say that one more time.
You described the validation from attention from men earlier, but is that a positive thing? It seems unhealthy if it is not respectful attention.
Yeah. So either way, it has to be healthy attention, and don't feel like you owe somebody to be there. To be the healer of their mind, right? The thing is that a man's, when let me break it down this way. Have you ever heard the saying like, men are visual and women are emotional? Right. Like it's stuff like that just messes it up. Like, it's not accurate. It's not even close. And let me help you understand the implications there. The difference between men and women in that context is that it's not that, for example, a woman is emotional and a man is visual. It is that we are that thing first before the other. So for those of you who are in relationships, who've been in relationships, who are married, ladies, you know how emotional we men can get. Like, there are women who are like, I never knew a man could get this emotional. Like, wow. Wow, right? Because again, there's no context for that. So the thing is, you got to make sure that the emotions of a man are being taken care of as much as, because it flies over a woman's head, like his emotional needs. So you got to just pay attention. Otherwise, you'll find your man running away from the tribe to try to sort out those emotions by himself. But what he's doing is just he's out there kicking tires and kicking cans down the road and stuff like that, and trying to work out those emotions. So simple things like just being able to have conversations.